Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the documentary Hidden Master, The Legacy of George Platt Lynes, directed by Sam Shahid. So George Platt Lynes' photographs are, without question, works of art. They're shot entirely in black and white, mostly of male nudes. They're theatrical, composed and lit with a precision that borders on the cinematic. There's something sculptural about them, reminiscent of classical Greek statues, yet they also radiate erotic tension and emotional atmosphere. The lighting especially is extraordinary. And yet, I'd never heard of him. It's striking that someone of Lynes's talent remains so obscure. Most of us are familiar with Robert Mapplethorpe, whose work has been exhibited widely. Indeed, I've seen his work in a number of different shows in London. But Lynes came before Mapplethorpe, and it's impossible not to see the influence. So why has he been forgotten? The documentary offers some answers. Although Lynes was openly gay, a bold stance in his era, his most explicit images couldn't be published at the time. Simply, they were illegal. Fearing they'd be destroyed after his death, Lynes chose not to leave them to a museum or gallery, but to the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender and Reproduction. This was a calculated move for protection, but it came at a cost. The Kinsey Institute isn't an art institution. It's a scientific archive rooted in the academic study of sex and sexuality. Its purpose is research, not exhibition. In leaving his photographs there, Lynes ensured their survival, but he also guaranteed their obscurity. His art was preserved in a vault of sexology, not shared with the public or the art world. It remained hidden, both literally and culturally. And perhaps even now, lingering prejudice still delays the reappraisal that his work deserves. In that sense, Hidden Master performs an important cultural service. It reintroduces Lynes to the world, restores him to the queer artistic canon, and begins to undo decades of silence. His work does demand to be seen. The problem, unfortunately, is that the documentary itself is deeply formulaic. It's structured around talking heads, punctuated by a generic, repetitive score that cycles through the same cues for each section of the story. It lacks rhythm, it feels padded, it could easily have been edited down to 40 minutes. It's a film that shows you the work, tells you it matters, and then just keeps telling you again. That said, the work is impressive. As a heterosexual viewer, I didn't find the images titillating, but I did find them powerful. They are erotic in the broadest, richest sense, full of tension, vulnerability and beauty. Provocative, but not pornographic. Still, the film raises difficult questions without quite facing them. Lynes was clearly drawn only to physical beauty. Apparently he had a big ego. And the work, while beautifully, is overwhelmingly concerned with the ideal male form. I found myself wondering if this was a straight male photographer shooting nude women, some in sexually explicit poses. How would it be received? Would it be received differently? Would it be seen as problematic? I'm not sure what the answer to this is. As I say, I don't think his photos are pornographic, and they are beautiful images. So I think I lean towards these not being problematic from an objectification point of view. At times the documentary feels like it's pitching for a major gallery retrospective. There's a sense that it's touting the work, trying to convince curators that Lynes belongs in the canon, and perhaps he does. But this promotional tone, this faint air of PR, makes it feel a little bit tacky, a little too self-aware of its own cultural importance. Still, Lynes' photographs speak for themselves, and now finally they have a platform. The documentary is a little too safe, a little too conventional, but the work it contains and the story it tells are worth seeing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.